and welcome to the IceHQ Ice Rink in Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia, on Wurundjeri and Woiwurrung traditional land for round 9, game 1. It's the Snipers versus the Inferno, and this will be the clash of the round. I'm Carl Brewer, and joining me once again tonight is Anton Goss and Scott Gallagher. It's do or die tonight. One of these teams will be playing their last game for this season. Who's going to end up gearing up to join the Leafs on the golf course, and who's coming back next week for the semi-final? That's for you, Gossy. And anyone else out there fortunate enough to be haunted by Ballard's ghost. The Inferno fancy their chances. Captain Steve Bellick was confident during the week that not only would they win tonight, but they were a very realistic chance to win the whole competition. His claim has some value. They beat the Dogs in overtime 4 weeks ago. They beat the Bruins 2 weeks ago. They lost to the Dogs last week, though, but throughout the whole season, they've been unable to beat the Snipers. Can they do it tonight? Steve's claim was that when he had his whole team present, they're a real threat. Maybe. We haven't really seen them in full flight, and apart from Steve himself, defensively they've been weak. It's not through lack of talent, they have great players, but a champion team, we'll have to see. Their record has just the 2 wins for the season. Steve's making a bold call. Can his boys deliver? The Snipers, by comparison, they've been the whipping boys of the league. With just 2 wins for the season, same as the Inferno, they can take some confidence into this game because both of their wins were against the Inferno. They have by far the least successful defensive lineup, though, giving away an average of 4.63 goals per game, including a disastrous 8-1 thrashing by the Dogs just 2 weeks ago. They did relatively well by comparison last week, only giving 5 to the Bruins. What's going on in the Sniper camp? I don't know. Will tonight be the last we see of them, or can they shut down Dawsey and Hector and make Steve Bellick eat his words and go play some golf with Austin Matthews? We'll wait and see on that one. Last time these teams played, the Snipers took the points, 5 goals to 3. Gossie and Scott, what's your take on round 9, game 1?
Yeah, Luke, listening to Bellick, I hear a lot of sense of what he's saying. The Snipers are definitely down, and fortunately Justin Dixon has a lower body injury, so he is also out of the play. He provides a lot of the speed and energy for the club.
Has he made any difference, though?
I think he's made a difference in the lines he's been on. He's obviously not buried the puck in the back of the net, but he certainly has the capability, and he sets up plays really, really well. And he brings energy, and he gives a lot of energy on the bench. I do think both Logan, who's also injured, and Justin are going to be on the bench today, so they'll be encouraging their teammates to get the dub, but we will wait and see. With regards to the Inferno, they've got Georgia Carson back on the bench, I can see, after her success with the Melbourne Ice last week and winning the minor premiership. And I think, again, with Dawsey, Austin McKenzie, and these sort of players, they're definitely in with a good shout.
I think it's important what you said there, Scott. A guy like Justin Dixon, you're right, he might not be racking up the points, but it's what he does off the ice, like off the puck, just kind of making those routes, battling hard, forechecking. I think that kid line before Logan got injured as well was looking really strong. But if we do talk about points and somebody who beats up on the Inferno, look no further than the Pro Summer League leading goal scorer, Liam Webster. Right, 2 games so far against the Inferno. In that first game where they won 6-5 in overtime, or in the shootout, sorry, he had 4 goals and 1 assist. And he backed that up with a goal and an assist there in the second game. So 5 goals of his 7 goals so far this season against the Inferno. If I was a betting man, I'd be putting quite a bit of money on Liam to score again tonight.
Well, you kind of hope that he has to, but from the point of view of the Snipers, they've really had a very much a one-dimensional attack. We do talk about Dixon and the other young guys, but to be honest, they haven't really managed to score very much, and the other teams have pretty much shut them down. So although they bring energy, it's not really very constructive energy. A lot of it's wasted. So Snipers are going to need to get that sorted out if they're to be a chance. And I think last week we saw a good game by Lazzarotto from them, which he's taken him a while to find his step here, but he improved quite a lot, and it was really good to see him do that. You're right, Gossie, Liam needs to do his job, and he does, and I don't think anyone's more consistent than he is in this game, and that's obviously reflected by the points that he scored. But that's what they need. But they also, and this is the big thing for the Snipers, they've got to fix their defence. They've just got, I mean, it's everything else, regardless, if they let in 8 goals, they're not winning. It's really that simple. So
on the other
they've got to make that work.
You're right, and on the other side, it's been a very Jekyll and Hyde season for the Inferno, right? On their game, like Steve said, they can't beat anyone. They're the only team really to beat both the Dogs and the Bruins, right?
But they can't beat the Snipers.
But they can't seem to beat the Snipers. And I mean, they're buoyed. You look down their lineup. It's not that like they don't have guys that can steal games. Seb Woodlands last week, single-handedly kept his team in the game. Now they did come short, but he had something like 43 saves. You look at the other players on the ice, you got the guys like Dean Klomp, who has been a Swiss Army knife for them all season, whether he's out back leading from there or going up forward. You remember he scored that famous tying goal in the last few seconds when they ended up beating the Dogs. But as you go through, you continue to look at some of the talent. Steve Bellick on the back, Hayden Dawes, who's been a revelation since coming on. He's up to 5 goals in the last 5 rounds, which has been great. So it's just a matter of getting the team cohesiveness, getting on the puck early, and not having those lapses in games. We did see the first time these two teams played against each other, it was the Inferno that went up 2-0 early. Yep. And we thought this was it, game, set, match.
And it all changed very quickly through the second period. That was a very exciting game, that one. But both teams have been let down by their defence, not their attack, I think, throughout the season. And the one that gets that organised better today is going to be the one that wins.
Yeah, and I think one of the key losses with the Australia versus New Zealand game that's being played today is Jackson Lane for the Inferno. He's a key player that transitions the puck really, really well. Hard skater and creates a lot of both defensive foundation as well as offensive opportunity. And so I think he's going to be a big loss. So some of the other defence are going to have to step up for the Inferno.
Well, for the Snipers, I think it's as much as he's one of the great champions of the game. Looking at Michael McMahon, he hasn't led the Snipers as well as you perhaps might have expected him to. Their defence has been leaky. He's been here for almost every game, and yet they've been scored against quite significantly. And he is, without a doubt, one of the best defensive players in the country.
I think one of the points
he needs to lead that team a bit more, I think.
Yeah, I think one of the points with McMahon though is that I think he's feeling he's needing to contribute more into the offensive game.
Yes.
I think that's exposing opportunity for the opposition and the defense. So I think if he just plays a solid defensive game that he can and takes opportunities on the blue line, I think that's where they'll find success.
That will make a big difference, absolutely.
Well, we couldn't have scripted it better if we could at the beginning of the season. We're down to the final round before finals, and you almost want to call it quarterfinal week, right? Because win and you're in if you're these teams, and the next game after tonight, win and you're straight to the grand final. Points. Right?
Well, they could have been all tied on points, and that would have been even better.
Yeah, fair point. But we're about
this is a live game. The winner of this goes through to the semi, and the loser's playing golf with the Leafs.
And it looks like Dean Klomp's going to be playing up forward as we're about to have the face-off here. The big Hayden Dawes up against Laser Paul Lazzarato. And Lazzarato wins that puck, and it comes back there to Connors, who pushes that into the Inferno zone. Good forecheck here by Lazzarato, but the Inferno able to whip that up into the half wall for McKenzie. McKenzie goes cross-ice, but Connors does a nice job back-checking, just allowing Bobby Clark now to collect it for the Snipers. But that's intercepted by Dawes. Dawes takes a shot, but shoots that high and wide. Kept in here by Alex Rose as he dumps that behind the net. And back is the big bearded beauty, Michael McMahon, being watched hard there by Dean Klomp. Good early pressure here by the Inferno. They take a bouncing shot, and that's kept in a shot there, stick checked by the goaltender, Tommy Forrest, into the corner. Puck behind now, looking for Klomp. There was Austin McKenzie. He throws that on, but hits the side of the net. Inferno through the Snipers through Koenig now will get the puck out, but not able to find a teammate, which is going to allow the Inferno here to regroup in their own zone. Steve Bellick with the puck. Nice little cross pass, but a good pinch there by the Sniper defender in order to keep that puck there for Michael McMahon. He shoots that down, and that's covered up by Seb Woodlands, and we'll have a whistle. And
1 minute into the first period. It's been mostly Inferno with the first little attacking flurry. Just the Snipers take it down the other end.
1 minute in and about 3 or 4 turnovers by the Snipers. They need to tidy that up.
For sure, that's that defense we both were talking about earlier, but here's Liam Webster on the faceoff, and he wins that as he often does. Shot by Sincata, and that gets knocked into the corner by Woodlands. Inferno have it now in their own zone. Head up there is Dow looking for that stretch pass, and he finds McDowell. He winds, takes a shot, and scores! The Inferno strike first through Brendan McDowell, and we have a 1-0 game here early in the first period of a do-or-die match between these two teams.
So what we're going to see here, one of the main causes for that, it was an uneven player rush, and it's because the Snipers' defence were caught pinching up high, and they only had the one back on the back check. They've got to preempt that and see it coming a little bit more early and read it better. You'll see that on the replay.
So there you are, first goal there to the Inferno. They capitalize on a few mental errors there by the Snipers in the defensive zone. But as we said before, we've been here before. 2-goal lead early in that first match of the season between these two evaporated for the Snipers to win. Can they come back here? Sincata has the puck in his own zone. He looked back. That just left by Webster and collected there by Van Douwen. Connors just keeps that away from Drake, and that's going to force him back behind his own net as he's going to regroup and look for some bodies to break out with. He sends it over to Sincata, who comes to the neutral zone with speed. Around Thompson, still with it, Sincata being hooked, and there will be a penalty called here. Hand up by Scott Gallagher. He knew that for sure.
Yeah, the third referee.
But Lockie Sincata turning on the afterburners, going down, being hooked there by Jack McCoy, and this is exactly what you want if you're a Snipers. Opportunity here on the power play to get back into this game.
We'll get to see how the Inferno set up their penalty kill. Will they run a diamond or a box, or how aggressive will they be on their forecheck? I'm tipping they'll be a bit aggressive, these guys. They don't like to sit back.
So face off here to the left of Seb Woodlands. That's a one by the Snipers, and they'll get that back to the point as they look to set up on this power play. Puck sent across. This is Subert with it. He's going to take a shot. That's going to deflect up into the netting.
Because we're not running stop time, that runs the clock down on the penalty. So anything that leaves play takes 10 or 15 seconds off the penalty, which is a big advantage to the Inferno at this time.
Yeah, great little look here on the CCM all-out replay. Just Seb Woodlands tracking that puck at the top of the crease. That face-off then, Kevin Peng now sends it back to Subert. He'll walk down onto the half wall. He's going to curl back. He's got Peng, and he'll find him. Peng takes him on the forehand, intercepted there by Dawsey, and the Inferno are out. Dawes looked back for McKenzie. That just went behind him, but McKenzie able to lift the stick of young Cy Lake there. The Snipers are able to collect back with Kevin Peng, who's back here on the ice for the Snipers.
Initially a very aggressive forecheck by the Inferno, which is what we thought they'd do. Now they get the chance to try and break through and penetrate the zone.
So there's Lake just sending the puck deep. First in it for the Snipers is Bobby Clark. He gets that. He's got Lazzarato in front, but a diving play by the captain, Steve Bellick, to block that pass as Lazzarato was wide open in front of that net. But here's a break. Oh, and Jesse Thompson had Hayden Dawes free and away if it weren't for the stick of a Sniper player there on the blue line.
That little play that just before by Steve Bellick was, he saw the threat that was presented there and did a very good job of shutting it down. So
stretch pass there, Liam Webster battling there against the puck with Casey Minson, kept in there by McDowell, shot on, save, back to Webster. He's got McDowell on the point, and he'll find him. So here on the power play, McDowell winds up, takes a shot, blocked, and just out. So the Snipers forced to get back on side, but this is going to give the Inferno enough time here just to regroup and get the puck in, and that should end off the power play. But here's Jesse Thompson, still shorthanded, 5 seconds remaining on the penalty. He sends that behind the net, and we will be 5-on-5 now as Jack McCoy comes out of the box.
So good penalty kill there by the Inferno. They shut it down. Very few opportunities to the Snipers. So
Michael McMahon sends that up, looking for Liam Webster. He just corrals that and drops it just out of the reach of Koenig, and back to it is Jesse Thompson. The Inferno now out 3 wide. It's Kevin Dow dropping it for Thompson. Over there to McDowell. Sends a shot, a bounce right in front, but that went wide. And collected here by McMahon, who now sends it over to Nikitin. Here comes Nikitin on his strong side here. Takes it wide. Behind the net, looking in front for Webster, but just a little too late as Webster was already there by the blue line.
Thompson was a little unlucky on that earlier shot. It almost deflected off his chest and in.
So here's McDowell, the goal scorer for the Inferno. He sent that over to Klomp, pinching Lockie Sincata, and he's in. Just evades the check of Mintz and comes in, takes a shot, but a save Woodlands. It was underneath him, and he had no idea as he got up. That was dangerous if you're an Inferno fan.
I'd say Lockie Sincata creating a few opportunities for the Snipers there. He's definitely wanting to get this team the dub to get through to the next round.
And that was Turner just going through, and no doubt he's had all the Jets tonight, number of scoring opportunities, and here they come. Cy Lake sends that on, but a little dribbler right onto the pads there of Seb Woodlands. Is going to take a little bit more than that to score in the great Australian netminder.
So Woodlands there with a tricky little save though, Gossie. Those bounces, sometimes they can go in a strange direction. You've got to make sure you get everything behind the puck and don't get a bit complacent with them. Plenty of times they've gone in.
So face-off here, won by the Inferno. It's Bellick who has the puck behind his own net. He sends it up, and a nice little chip pass gets over to Drake. Sends that up for McDowell, the goal scorer. 2-on-1, takes a shot, rebound. Turner was there, but not able to get a stick on it. That was a good shot pass there, boys.
Beautiful breakout all set up by that pass by Bellick.
So here we are, McDowell in his own zone, chips that back. It's Drake now with it, takes a shot through traffic, rebound in front, another one shoots, he scores! McDowell with his second of the night, putting the Inferno up 2-0 as he was Johnny on the spot, able just to chip that rebound over the glove hand there of Tommy Forrest.
Absolutely not the start that the Snipers wanted, but as we say, we have seen teams of late get up to early 2-goal leads and blow them, as indeed the Boston Bruins unfortunately did today. They had a 2-goal lead over Edmonton and went down 3-2. Sorry if I killed your spoilers.
Scott, it's been a little bit back and forth. It seems like the Snipers have had a lot of the momentum in the offensive zone, but they're getting killed on these odd man rushes. What do you think they need to do to keep this away?
It's definitely odd man rushes are killing them, and also just getting out of their zone cleanly. It's these turnovers, and it's just making the sensible pass, not putting it into the danger zones. Keep it to the outside, have your wingers anchoring down on the hash marks and get it out cleanly.
So here the Snipers again in the offensive zone as they've been for most of this period, despite being down 2-0. It's Michael McMahon, walks in front, takes a shot, he scores! Michael McMahon coming out of the corner, taking a shot, and that's squeaked in short side on Seb Woodlands as he can't believe it as he looks up at the screen to see how that one ended up in the back of the net.
It'd be interesting to see this on the replay. Was it just a little bit of a tricky little backhand, it looks like Michael McMahon got there, just flick it over the top of Seb's hands. We'll see it here. McMahon pushes all the way, and it's just physical strength that he uses to get in close.
Look, that's
just a cheeky little backhand.
You know, a lot of goals are scored shorthanded. That's a tough one. Seb was there, but obviously wasn't squeezed completely tight, and often that puck finds a way to get in the net if you're a netminder. If you're a skater, it seems to never want to go in the net.
But what you're seeing is, again, McMahon and Lockie Sinclair, they're the players that are driving the net, and they're the defensemen. And that's going to catch you out, especially as the game goes on and players start to get tired.
Well, it's not a problem if the forwards are cycling back and covering for them, but that's where they've been let down a little bit, the Snipers.
Well, what we can say is it's been exciting. The Snipers answer back that second goal by McDowell, and now it's 2-1, and it seems to have gone to their legs. A good backup shift here by the Webster line. He sends that in front, and that was Koenig who just wasn't able to get a stick on it. McDowell gets it now, sends it to Webster. He takes a shot, but that's going to deflect off the stick of McKenzie and go into the netting.
So with 8 minutes and 20 seconds to play, we are 2 to the Inferno, 1 goal to the Snipers.
Big game if you're Brendan McDowell. You know, he's one of the leadership on the leadership team here. You know, captained the team last year, and really digging in. He's been all over the puck, and he hasn't been afraid to shoot, right? And I think that's important. And there's Nikitin shooting, but blocked by the captain, Bellick. Lazzarato looked to cycle that back down to Nikitin, but that was intercepted by Bellick, and he whips that up over to the young Jesse Thompson, who gets that out into the neutral zone. Lazzarato here for the Snipers sends it back to Sincata, who chips that up there for Van Douwen, who beats Thompson. He goes in, battles on the half wall, but can't get past Alex Rose. Nice pinch there from Sincata. Again, great decision-making by the young defender, but here comes Jesse. Jesse Thompson for the Inferno, drops it for Rose. What a stick lift by Josh Van Douwen, saving a sure goal-scoring opportunity as Rose couldn't believe what happened as he was ready to unleash that off his stick.
He thought he was well clear there, but good back-checking work by the Snipers. That's what they need to be doing.
Rose sends that high and kept in the zone. Thought for a second that could have gone all the way, but here comes Thompson, battling in, trying to get past two Snipers, and Lockie Sincata gives him the little body, and he wins that puck in the back. Sincata playing with an extra level tonight, boys. So, Scott, what do you think? You know, after that second goal of by the Inferno, what have you seen so far in the game?
Yeah, look, the physicality is definitely starting to step up. And as you said, Brendan McDowell is definitely a key player for the Inferno. He's obviously played in big games, playing most of his career in the AIHL with the Melbourne Mustangs. He knows what's needed to get these guys over the line.
So here we are. We have a face-off here, won by the Snipers. Goes back there to Turner. He gets hit, and that puck gets shot high into the zone, and a chase for it is Lindsay Nash. But first back was Casey Minson, labeled the missing piece by Captain Steve Bellick when they had that great 6-5 game. But here's Turner now with it. Takes a shot. He scores. The Inferno answer back, get their 2-goal lead through Lee Turner with a rocket top right shelf where they keep the cookies from the kids.
That was unfortunate for Kevin Pang there. He had 3 of the Inferno players on him, and he just couldn't get the puck over the blue line to create that offside situation. So, yeah, it's...
Tommy Forrest there was a little bit cranky that he was left so exposed.
Yeah.
Yeah, great job by the captain there, Liam Webster. If you saw that here live, going back to the goaltender saying, that wasn't your fault, mate. Don't worry, keep it in it. And so often as the hockey game goes, you know, as a goaltender, you might wish you could have one back, but your job is just to keep your team in it and give them a chance to win. And this game's far from over.
The goalie's only ever as good as the D that's in front of them. It's an absolute truism of the sport. And he got undressed there, and it wasn't his fault.
No, look at his on the replay, the Tommy Forrest positioning on the net, and it was perfect. It was just a great
Here
shot.
comes Lee Turner looking for another one, but that was Kevin Peng not letting him get the best of him twice in a row, and now he's going to skate it out himself. So Peng gives it over to Webster. He crosses over the blue line, takes a shot on, but square to it was Seb Woodlands, and he gobbles that up with no rebound.
It was good cover there. The Inferno defense just forcing Webster wide. They know if he cuts into the slot position, he gets a good angle. He's got to score a lot of times, but if you can keep him wide, you give Seb a chance to shut down the angles, and that's exactly what the Inferno did very wisely, pushing him wide.
So quite a period so far for Brendan McDowell and Lee Turner. McDowell with 2 goals and an assist, and Lee Turner with 2 goals or 1 goal and 2 assists. They're heating up at the right time if you're an Inferno fan. But here we are, the Snipers. They've got the puck deep in their offensive zone. Water bottles actually being knocked off the back of Seb's goals there, if you can see it behind the net. But the puck squirts out here. McMahon takes a shot. Ooh, looking for a second, but that just went wide. He collects his own rebound here, and he's battling. He's got some time with it now. Few players open. He's going to send it back. McDowell, knuckle, he shoots. He scores! Alex Koenig with the deflection. The Inferno want high stick, but referee was right there, and I think if you see this on the replay, his stick was right at the right time, was able to keep that under, and I believe we're going to have a good goal as the officials just have a chat right now.
Yeah, for those watching, the general rule is that the stick's got to be at or below the top goalpost level, the crossbar, and it looked good from this position here.
Yeah, and that's being called a goal, and as you can see on the CCM All-Out replay, the right call by the official. Great job by Alex Koenig. He's a worker bee. He gets into those areas and is rewarded, and just like that, the Snipers answer back, and we're back to just a 1-goal lead here for the Inferno. Puck deep now, and Snipers still with it. As we've seen all game, they've had much of the offensive pressure. They just haven't been able to score at the same prowess as the Inferno, but it's only 1 goal here. Anything can happen.
Yeah, interestingly enough, that water bottle wasn't retrieved at that previous goal. It's still sitting on the goal on the net behind Seb.
I will tell you what, if you're a Inferno, you don't mind that. That's probably more of a hindrance to the Snipers than the Inferno. You don't mind if the puck gets stuck behind the net.
Until the goalie gets thirsty.
Good call there, good call there.
Some wag comes along and
Oh, nice steal there by Klomp as he collects that. He's got it, sends it back to McCoy, who takes a shot on. It's come beside the net. Jesse Thompson has it. He drops it behind, but no one was there, and Michael McMahon able to collect that out for the Snipers up to Bobby Clark. It was unfortunate there. Nikitin just tripped. Otherwise, he would have had some opportunity. I think they've seen the water bottle now, and it looks like the official will go pick that up now as soon as the puck comes out of the zone. So for all you guys back at home watching for Water Bottle Gate, it is all being solved. The water bottle is back on top of the net. Here's Sincata with the puck, sending it over there for Connors. He looks up to find Van Douwen, and he shoots that on. I'll tell you what, boys, what I've noticed is once the Snipers get the puck into the zone, they're able to control it, but they're having a lot of trouble passing that blue line with speed.
Yeah.
A lot of flat foot. Like, I don't know what your call is on that, guys.
No, I completely agree that it's they're either going to dump it in, or if they're trying to just make that stretch pass, there's not, as Carl's pointed out before, the stretch pass is great as long as the player's got momentum to carry it through, and that's not what's happening just now.
Yeah, it just seems like they're forced to stop on that blue line, and then even when they do get it in deep, they just don't get in with speed. But there's one that bounces off the back of Dawes. Nearly
doing
dangerous.
a nice job in that setting up a neutral zone trap and just keeping the Inferno pinned.
So here's Jesse Thompson. He takes a shot on that one off the side of the net. Puck's going to come back to the point. It's Kevin Dow. He winds up, takes a shot. Oh! Nearly knocked in on the side there by Jesse Thompson. But now he's pinned, stapled there to the boards by Connors, and the Snipers are out through Nikitin. Nikitin's there. He drops it. Shot taken, and that's deflected high into the netting, and we'll have a face-off there to the right of Woodlands.
Just under 1 minute to play.
Glove save.
3 goals to the Inferno, 2 to the Snipers in a very high-scoring first period. Neither team's defence really getting on top of the game. The Inferno with a slight edge in that regard at the moment, but the scoreboard quite high for the end of the first period.
Alrighty here, so face-off, 40, just over 30 seconds remaining. Probably time for maybe one more chance. Bellick being watched there by Lazzarato. He'll take that to the safety of his own net. He'll stop up, have a peek, send that over to Lee Turner, who scored the go-ahead goal here for the Inferno. Snipers smart to get that out with 19 seconds. They'll bounce that in, and that should call it for the period, as the Inferno will get that out into the neutral zone. Maybe not. Here's Subert. He might get one chance. He better shoot now if he wants it. Takes it behind the net, still with it. Send it back to Peng. Last chance shot. No, close. There was daylight there, but Peng couldn't get it off on time. So what do you think, boys? 3-2, 5-goal first period. It's been exciting.
Yeah, great first period. It's entertaining to watch. Again, I think McMahon has been key for the Snipers. I think he's really stepped up this game, and he's showing why he's one of the best players in Australia.
Well, I'm going to have to suggest that if I was one of the Dogs or one of the Bruins at the moment, I'd be watching this with a little bit of smile on my face, because defensively it's not very good. They've let in 5 goals so far in the first period, and they've got to do better than that between whoever makes it through to the final. If I was a Dog, if I was Jamie Burke, I'd be thinking, look at this. These guys are scoring goals, but geez, they're letting them in too. And championships are won by being hard to score on, not by scoring lots of goals.
One of the things I noticed defensively with the Snipers as well is that the wingers and the forwards are collapsing too deep, and they're leaving the point man fully open on the Inferno side. And that's whatever you're saying about the defenseman, that's something that the forwards need to contribute to actually help the team get the puck out and make sure those passes don't get cleanly to the point and free shots.
The whole system needs to be integrated, and that's where they're just breaking down a little bit. I think you're absolutely right there, Scott. If they can sort that out and just get their basic structures working a little bit better, they're going to be harder to score against, and that's what they need, because whoever wins this week, next week they're playing either the Dogs or the Bruins, and
Tough game.
There's a big gap between the top 2 and the bottom 2 in terms of who's been able to successfully win games, and that's come out of their defence.
And I think communication as well. Like at the end there, we are from the booth are nearly shouting, shoot, because there's only 10 seconds left. I need to take the shot, and I didn't see any of the Snipers doing that until the very last second when it was too late.
Well, it's been a story of really 3 men on the ice so far. Brendan McDowell has 2 goals so far, the first 2 for the Inferno, both assisted by Lee Turner, who himself scored the go-ahead goal, so he's up to 3 points. And if you're looking at the Snipers, it's that man that you featured at the beginning of the broadcast, Carl, Michael McMahon, with 1 goal and 1 assist so far here for the Snipers.
Yep. So with just about to start the second, in the first period we had 11 shots apiece, which suggests that it was a reasonably even game, and it was. And we're about to get underway in the second.
Snipers take possession, dump it down, but McCoy in defence takes possession, looking for an outlet pass, and puts up the wing. Hard pass across, but slightly out of reach, and goes back to the defence for Snipers. Take it behind the net. Rings it up to the wing. Maintain possession, taking it behind the net as well, and drops it off. Skating hard. Throws it up the middle. Oh, nice backhand pass there by Webster. Looks to pass across the crease, but can't quite make the connection. Inferno now with possession.
Yeah, Webster ran out of room there. It was a very good choice through just to pop the cheeky backhand to the other sniper driving through behind him.
Turner come up wide and puts a shot on net, but it's fairly harmless. Tommy's all over it. Yeah,
you're right there, Carl. It was a great pass by Webster, and there was that outlet once Bobby Clark had it there just on the face-off dot. There was that cross-seam pass, but a great defensive play by the Inferno to block that, because if that got across, I'm not sure even the great Seb Woodlands would have been able to save it.
It's a good way to make space, that little pass off the back as he was doing his own entry, and Webster excellent at doing it.
And here comes Michael McMahon. He's in, looking for a second of the night. Oh, it's loose. Where's the puck now? Underneath Woodlands. It's loose still, actually. Oh, man. Nearly a second goal for Michael McMahon.
Yeah, if someone was just coming up a little bit closer, they would have a prime opportunity to bury that.
Hayden Dawes lets fly a rocket from just outside the top of the face-off circles, which Tommy Forrest has to deflect up in the netting. It's a quick counter-attack. You see McMahon was involved in that attack, and then straight away on the counter-attack was the big man himself, Hayden Dawes.
We're going to see this on the CCM All-Out replay. What a job just staying poised by Seb Woodlands, getting big, keeping his legs sealed on the ice. He made 2 or 3 extra saves there on the rebounds to keep that puck out of the net.
So that's offside there, so the Snipers have a bit of breathing space to bring the puck out of the zone. Pass up wide to Josh Van Douwen, up to Matt Nickerton, who tries to dump it in but can't quite make the connection. Lockie Sincotta coming in deep, and they're dropping back. Oh, Snipers defense all alone there, but controlled there by Connor's nice dump, just to clear it into the defensive zone of the Inferno.
So Connor's there just buying a little bit of time for his team. Although one of them was offside, if you dump the puck deep into the play, it gives you time to reset. So it's a wise bit of play for him under pressure.
Klomp looking to take the puck up wide, sneaking behind the defence there. Inferno have possession, take the shot, wide. Dawsey on the blue line looking to drop it down deep again. And a little bit of a pirouette there by the Inferno player. Snipers maintain possession, looking at options, take it behind the net. Lots of pressure there by the Inferno, though.
Connor was a little bit lucky to get away with that earlier pinch up high on the boards. He did get tangled up in it, and that's often when a defenseman gets caught up high in those circumstances. That's often when gaps open up behind them and they get those rushes. He's lucky there, Sinclair.
He is playing with a lot of confidence tonight, that's for sure. Even that move he just pulled on Dean Klomp behind the net, and here he comes again through the neutral zone.
It's a very open hockey right now. It's both teams are getting opportunities, moving the puck around. No one's getting clean possession or clean passes away at all at the moment. And that looks like Jesse Thompson with a clean pass to the slot. A nice shot on there by the Inferno player.
You can see
good
Connor's
clear.
moving quite slowly at the moment. He just wore a Hayden Dawes check about 30 seconds ago.
Yeah,
I think it might have taken him a little while to realise he'd been hit, and he certainly knows about it now. He's sitting down looking a bit sorry for himself. Dawsey got him big time in the corner. That's what you need your big aggressive, big strong forwards to do. They've got to put fear into the hearts of a defenseman. So when the puck goes deep into the corners, indeed, the forwards have the luxury of being able to hold off and decide what they're going to do. D has to go and get it. And in that particular instance, Dawsey was coming in at full tilt, and he well and truly introduced the Snipers to the mighty forecheck. So that'll take a wind out of them for a while, and kind of still looking quite shaken up by it.
So here we are, shot! Oh, nearly put in there on the short side by Cy Lake, and the puck's going to squirt out into the neutral zone. No, kept in well there by Subert, and out comes Woodlands just to leave it there for his captain, and Steve Bellick, who sends that up. Kevin Dow now has it. He's being chased by Lake, and he sends that down into the sniper zone, and the Snipers will get it out there through Nash. Collecting it is Peng. He's poke checked there by Thompson, but able to collect the puck in the offensive zone. He'll just send it into the corner and chase in and create some pressure. On the point, here's Liam Webster. He's going to wind up with a shot, probably looking for a deflection there, but that one went wide and kept in by Peng.
Lake just missed seeing that it was coming. I think that's what Webster was looking for. Yeah. Lake was beautifully positioned for the tip-in. Just didn't quite see the puck coming.
So shovel down behind the net. It's Casey Minson who sends it up. Kept in again by Lazzarato, fresh off the bench after a Webster change. Nice pin on the wall there by Subert just to keep that puck in. He's going to have some support here by Bobby Clark as there's 2-on-2 just battling there on the half wall. Puck comes out loose, and it's the 2-goal man, Brendan McDowell, chipping it over for young Jesse Thompson, but puck just a little slow, allowed the Snipers to come back and intercept. Lazzarato has it, just bringing it to his forehand, stick checked, kept in by Clark. Jack McCoy wins out that battle in the corner, and he'll send it up on the half wall for McDowell. Back to it here is Bobby Clark. He sends that, intercepted by McKenzie. He looks to spring McCoy, and here's Jack McCoy. Curls back. He has it in the corner, just cycles back to McDowell, sending it around the way over for Minson, who collects it and just reverses it back down, but intercepted there by McDowell for the Snipers.
Minson's having an excellent game at the moment for the Inferno. He's doing a very good job of controlling their back end for them.
Lee Turner sent it down there for Dawes. The Inferno have it in the offensive zone. Sends it up to the far side here. Reverse back to the point. Jack McCoy takes a shot into the chest of Tommy Forrest, and we'll have another face-off here in the sniper zone. Pretty good back and forth so far here early in the second period. The score hasn't changed, but I'd say there's been about equal opportunities. The best one definitely was that half break by Michael McMahon when he split the D and went in and just couldn't shovel it past the big legs, those big black pillows of Seb Woodlands.
And then there was the magnificent counter attack by Dawes within the next 10 seconds straight away afterwards, which was also an excellent opportunity, not quite able to finish that in the Inferno.
So here we are, the Snipers. It's Van Down who sent it across over for Nikitin. Jack McCoy is going to get there first, but not able to get it past the young Sniper. He sends that behind for Webster, and the puck comes out into the slot, but first to it was Casey Minson. Just not able to keep it in with Sincata. Kept in just momentarily there by Nikitin. He sends it in for Van Down, but a nice stick check there by McCoy. Off the bench there, shot by McDowell, or Subert, sorry. Blocker save there by Woodlands. Liam Webster has it now. He shoots, rings it off the right post. Oh, Liam Webster with all the time in the world. picked his spot, and if it weren't 1 milliliter over to the left, you might add another goal, eh?
Is that a milliliter of paint or
we're going with fluid
paint?
measurements?
Yeah.
All the great pressure there by the snipers. They were getting good solid opportunities and some pucks on net. They were just unlucky with Liam with the shot. It was very close.
It is sometimes a game of millimetres, and at that point they didn't go the way Webster wanted them to. But you get the shots on, sooner or later some of them go.
And that was another great opportunity where a puck just sort of bounced into a dangerous area, and Webster was able to pounce first. So battling hard here, the snipers in the offensive zone, but the Inferno were going to get it out, and that was a nice little pass over by McDowell to McKenzie. He's got that here now on the half wall, taking it deep into the corner, turns the burners on, sends it in front. Where's the puck? He scores! The goal, the puck into the back of the net. I believe that was McDowell on the doorstep. Let's see on the CCM all-out replay. Forrest made the first save.
I think he committed to what was going to be the second shot that got blocked by a defenseman. I think that's what put him out of position.
So it is Brendan McDowell with his third goal of the game for a hat trick, leading his team from the front as they break out to another 2-goal lead, their third 2-goal lead of the contest.
Don't count the snipers out though, because they know how to put the pressure on. They've been showing it for this game, and this is a great entertaining game to watch. I think there's opportunities for both teams here. Snipers just have to step up and hopefully
it's a game of opportunities, isn't it, boys? I thought they were going to show the post again, but it was that post by Webster that didn't go in the net. That's the tying goal right there, and instead it goes down the other way, and after a good first save by Forrest, McDowell was able to pot his third of the game.
Inferno won the face-off there, but nice work there by Peng to keep it in the zone. Takes a shot on net, goes wide. Lake trying to keep possession, puts it on the net. And nice battling in the corner there.
And Lake had a nice little bit of open net in front of him there. He just wasn't quite able to get on top of it, and as a result, Woodlands didn't end up having to do anything about it.
Klomp puts the puck on net, and unfortunately couldn't get deflected on. Snipers now coming out quick and hard. Abbott McCoy with a perfect pass there up wide. Inferno maintaining possession, looking for opportunities, drops it back, starts cycling the puck in the corner. Tommy Forrest is getting a definite work at this game. It's good to see that the snipers aren't collapsing as hard as they were before, and that's Lakes covering the defenseman there just to get the puck at the zone, which he doesn't quite succeed on. Nice work there by McCoy.
The Inferno are still managing to get a fair bit of loose puck and players loose in front of the slot, which the snipers need to do something about. If they let that happen, they're going to get scored on again.
Yeah. A lot of open ice there for the Inferno players just now, and just wide. There's good opportunities, a lot of open net there.
McDowell looking for his fourth. Is he trying to pull his own Liam Webster tonight?
It is looking a little unfair, isn't it? But
I think the snipers are starting to look a little bit tired here. Oh, and big save there by Forrest.
The snipers have been pinned down in defence now for quite a while. They've tied legs.
I'm not sure if McDowell plays baseball or cricket, but he knocked that one straight out of the air. Couldn't get it through the pads there of Forrest.
Kevin Peng trying to make the big pass there up the middle, but unfortunately, again, a turnover, so that means the snipers haven't quite had a chance to get the change.
That's going to go for
I think this will be, oh no, the goalie steps out, so it gives the snipers a chance to get some fresh legs out there on the ice. Big pass up from defense from the Inferno. Dawsey, nice pass into the middle, but unfortunately Jesse Thompson couldn't do anything with it.
You could see there Hayden Dawsey saw that the change was having to come, so he positioned himself right on the opposite corner so the defence would have to sprint right across, and McMahon saw the threat, and pretty much as soon as the change was coming across, you could see Michael McMahon sprinting straight for where Dawsey was. He knew that was the option they had to shut down. The Inferno had the chance there, and it was only the vision of McMahon seeing it from the bench that closed down that opportunity for the Inferno to put another one in the net. Dawsey was waiting, and he timed that beautifully.
Face off between Dawes and Liam Webster. Liam wins the pass, back to the point for the snipers. Puts it on net, but goes slightly wide. Koenig putting the puck deep. Liam following up, but Dawsey's there first. Puts it around the boards, but McMahon on point. Gets a shot deep, gets deflected, but still with possession as the snipers. Elects to take a shot rather than dropping back to the point when there. McMahon again. Just chips it in the middle, hoping to get some deflections there in front of the net, but doesn't quite succeed.
McMahon saw Liam Webster there floating across the front, and it was a good opportunity for a tip in, but couldn't quite complete it.
Inferno like to pass it back to defense just to kind of slow things down a little bit, and that was offside.
Yeah, Dawsey was just looking for the pass through, and a little bit of miscommunication there from the Inferno. He had momentum busting up through the right-hand side of the rink, and the pass went the opposite direction, and as a result, he was caught offside. And a 95 kilo, sorry, 105 kilos or whatever it is that Dawsey weighs, it's hard to turn it around.
The hat trick man here on the ice, he wins the face-off there for the Inferno. It's Jack McCoy who just regroups with Casey Minson, sending it up there. Good job by the snipers, Kevin Peng. He's made some good decisions. He did get beat that one time by Turner for the third goal of the game, but since then he's made some good decisions pinching up forward.
Yeah,
Sorry.
No, so Kevin Payne's a young player. I think he's 17 years old, and that's where he's got the bubble on and stuff. But he's one of the best skaters of his age, and he's definitely got a bright future in front of him.
Oh, Klomp just gets absolutely leveled by Lockie Sincata, but he's back up and behind the net. Puck comes out, save there, rebound, scores! Tommy Forrest makes the first, but on the rebound is Dean Klomp, who'd been hiding behind the net, and he pounces on it as the Inferno now break out to a 3-goal lead here late in the second period.
This is where the Snipers let themselves down. They have lapses where they just let players float around too much behind the net and close to the slot, and the Inferno are just there to pounce on it. But the Inferno are also just starting to look for those lead passes as well. They're starting to creep up forward, and the Inferno defense the Snipers defense just letting it happen.
Tough one there by Tommy Forrest, but if you look at the play leading up into that, Dean Klomp got hit hard in the corner, got back up and just sort of hid behind the net for a little bit and was able to get back out undetected, and he was just able to pot that one in on the rebound. Puck comes out now, shot, and that one goes high and wide.
So what we're really starting to see now from the Inferno is they're timing their breakout beautifully. Their D's getting the puck in the top end of their defensive zone, and their forwards are moving up, skating with speed towards the blue line. And as a result, those stretch passes are getting to them when they're on the burst, and it's very, very hard to defend against that if you're standing flat-footed.
Inferno are finding space in the offensive zone as well, and playing with a lot of confidence now.
So face-off here, won by McDowell. It's McKenzie who takes a shot. That gets deflected into the corner. That was Bobby Clark looking up for Cy Lake. Misses him, and the captain here, the man on fire, Steve Bellick, able to collect in his own zone and send that out into the neutral zone. That's intercepted by Michael McMahon, who sends it up to Lindsay Nash. And Kai Naroos out on the ice tonight. He keeps that away from Lindsay Nash. And Brendan McDowell, the 4-point man tonight, a hat trick and an assist there on that fifth goal. He's able to collect it there and regroup in his zone. McDowell chips that down into the zone, collected there by Michael McMahon, who himself has 1 goal and 1 assist tonight. He puts on the Jets a little bit as he starts to skate like a thoroughbred that he is, galloping through the neutral zone, takes a shot, and that one just shoots wide. Puck regroup now. It's Liam Webster who has it. He's got Cy Lake in front of the net. Tried to find it, but that was deflected again behind. Nice stick there by McKenzie, and that's going to go all the way down, but on to Tom Forrest, who will collect it and just, in the end, leave it there for Lockie Sincata to bring into the sniper zone.
You might have seen just before, we had that burst in by McMahon, and he certainly did create a lot of space, but unfortunately, too, for the Snipers, they then leave a lot of space behind those D when they get up and involved, and that's where they're getting all these rushes against them. They're pressing in very deep in attack. It's good to see the aggression, but it does leave an awful lot of room behind you, and the Inferno taking advantage of that time and time again.
Nice routine glove save there by Seb Woodlands just to cover up and take a face-off there to the left. Over the boards here is Jesse Thompson, who's had a little spark to him the last few games here for the Inferno. Hayden Dawes now just out of his reach, kept in momentarily. It's Bobby Clark battling there with Minson. Minson for the Inferno will whip that around, and it will now get to Hayden Dawes in the neutral zone. He just keeps that away from Sincata and finds Dow, who takes a shot but shoots that one wide. Dawes now sends that back to the point. A deflection, and what a save. Possibly the best of the night there for Tommy Forrest as that puck changed directions quickly, and he was able to close the legs.
Should hopefully see this on the replay with a bit of luck.
Yeah, here it is, CCM all-out replay. That was the first shot that went wide, and it came back out, and that just bounced and pinballed in between his legs, but able to keep those legs shut and keep the puck out of the net. Here's Dawsey stick handling in a phone booth, as he often does. Takes it there, drops it for Thompson. He goes through the legs and takes a shot, and nice save there by Forrest. Dawes drops that for Minson, but a good poke check by Lazzarato. It's 2-on-2 here coming into the offensive zone. Lazzarato takes a shot. Woodlands deflects that over into the corner. There's 30 seconds remaining. Peng shoots that wide. Lazzarato collects and just loses it at the last minute as he get pinned up there by Jack McCoy.
I think that's the key, Gossi, there. When the Inferno came back, it was 2-on-2, not 2-on-1. So they're getting back in defence quickly and shutting down those odd man rushes.
So 17 seconds here remaining in the period. It's been all Inferno. They've had 2 unanswered goals here. But William Webster takes a shot, and that knocked off the top ball, little tape job there, the stick of Woodlands. So as I was saying, 2 unanswered goals there for the Inferno. Brendan McDowell got his 3rd goal of the night for his hat trick, and that was followed up by Dean Klomp. What do you guys think going into this main break?
Well, interestingly enough, in terms of shots on the net, the Snipers were only outshot by 1 to the Inferno, so 11-12 for what the scorekeeper saw going on the net. But I think the Snipers are doing a reasonable job on the offensive side of things, but the Inferno are getting back in numbers and quickly. They've got a better organised, integrated defence. They're not just relying on 1 or 2 players to do it all for them defensively, whereas the Snipers, they're getting caught on that a lot and just creating those rushes. Speed through the neutral zone and catching the Snipers' defence flat-footed a lot of the time. And I think that's because McMahon's trying to get involved a lot, and he needs to do that, the same with Sincotta. But when they do, their forwards aren't getting back enough and fixing it up for them and letting them have that latitude. If you're going to go that hard charge, you've got to have backup and cover. You don't want to let the other team get behind you, because we know the Inferno are going to tear you to bits if you do.
Both those goals in the second period were carbon copies of one another. It was a save by Tommy Forrest, and then on the right side of the net, the puck just sat there, and it just seemed like there was an Inferno player with no one around that was able just to chip it in. What do you think they got to do, Scott, to get back in it if you're the Snipers?
I think they've just got to be more aggressive on the forecheck and just be better awareness around the net as to who's sitting there. Like, as you said, there's people in the back post that are just chipping it in for the nice clean goals and stuff, and they can't allow that to happen. Defense have got to be aware of that and make sure that they're covering up on those posts.
If you look at the score, Snipers can't afford to be conservative now. They've got to get 3 goals back to bring it back to even. So they're going to have to dam the torpedoes. They're going to need to take tactical risks. They're going to have to play more offensively and less emphasis on defence. It's almost like pulling a goalie, but for an entire period, in order to give themselves a chance. They've got a big deficit to make up, and if they don't throw caution to the wind, they don't have a chance. But again, that opens up the potential for the floodgates.
Well, there's 1 period left. One period left for one of these teams, right? 18 minutes left in the season. What are we going to see? Only way to find out is to tune back in. Yep. And in a few moments when we see the 3rd period here. 5-3 lead so far for the Inferno in this do-or-die match between the Snipers and the Inferno.
And we'll be back with you at 8:35 for the 3rd and deciding period of this cracker of a game.
This game is our canvas.
Our choice, our freedom.
It's my way.
And mine.
And mine.
And mine.
It's the only way.
The ice doesn't discriminate.
It doesn't see color or gender.
All it sees is 60 minutes of pure effort.
A pure fun.
On the ice, we might be enemies.
But in the end, we're all allies.
This game's for everyone.
No matter who you are,
No matter where we're from, we're all ready to hit the ice.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the IceHQ Ice Rink here in Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia. We're about to see the third period of the clash for the semi-final place between the Inferno and the Snipers. The score as it stands at the moment, the Inferno 5 to the Snipers 2. Interestingly enough, in the second period, the shots on the clock were pretty even. The Snipers and the Inferno with 12 shots apiece, but Inferno with much better opportunities, and they were scoring goals through loose players and odd man rushes, which the Snipers weren't able to shut down. Coming into the third period, the Snipers with it all in front of them if they want to avoid the golf course next week. They will have to score 3 goals to break even and 4 goals to win it. The Inferno don't need to do anything fancy at all. They can just hold them at bay. Scott and Gossie, what do you think is going to happen in the third?
Yeah, look, I think it's a bit of an uphill battle for the Snipers. They've definitely got the personnel to do it, but the Inferno are looking good tonight. I think what you're saying there, yeah, the shot count was pretty equal, but I think the quality of shots between the two teams is quite marginally different.
That's
I think
it's such a misleading statistic, isn't it?
Yeah,
You can't
for
look
sure.
at it and think, oh, that's an even game, but it was anything but in that second period.
Yeah, like a lot of shots from distance by the Snipers, whereas Inferno are maintaining possession and actually moving the puck around well in the offensive zone and getting really quality shots on. So I think that's one of the key differences between the last couple of periods for these teams.
Well, it looked in the first period when Alex Koenig deflected that shot in and made it 3-2, and there was all the momentum, it seemed, with the Snipers, but the Inferno did score those 2 goals, and just based on the fact that we're waiting for the Snipers to get out on the bench, you can imagine the leaders in that room, the likes of Michael McMahon and Liam Webster, are telling the guys there's 18 minutes left of this game, and we want to play next week, right?
So they're going to need to throw caution to the wind. They're going to have to do a lot more, take attacking risks and expose themselves in order to give themselves a chance to try and get those goals back. So this game's going to go one of 2 ways. It's either going to even up fairly quickly, or it's going to completely blow out. That'd be what I'd be expecting to see.
Yeah, I think what we need to see is the vets like Lazzarotto and Clark really step up and show why they're two of the key players on that team and create some opportunities, because they've been fairly invisible this last couple of periods to my mind.
Surprisingly as well, we've only seen 1 real dangerous scoring opportunity by Liam Webster. He wrung that one off the post, but he's not getting the time and space that he's usually afforded on the ice, and he makes a lot of that time and space himself, obviously. But they're gonna need a big period by their captain if they want to play again next week against either the Dogs or the Bruins.
And the Inferno, by comparison, they can play a very conservative game now. They just need to make sure that they keep players out of the slot area and they don't get any odd player rushes against them, because they're the dangerous ones where goals are scored. So they can play a strangulation game with a neutral zone trap or a high defensive zone trap and just keep the Snipers out for the next 18 minutes. And that's probably what they're thinking of doing, whereas the Snipers are going to have to throw absolutely caution to the wind.
So here we are, face-off in the third period. One of these teams will be done for the season. It's the Inferno who collected. It's Kevin Dow just regrouping it with his captain, Steve Bellick, who chips that out into the neutral zone. And that's going to roll in on Tommy Forrest as he just leaves that to the side for McDowell of the Snipers to collect.
I'd be looking for the Snipers to start throwing deep stretch passes, really trying to find players on the burst up high.
So here we are, Alex Koenig, the goal scorer. He sends that through looking for Lazzarotto, but he's not able to get a stick on it. And the Inferno through Lee Turner will collect this out now. He chips that up over to Hayden Dawes, who just tries to get it around McDowell, pokes it forward, but a nice stick check there by the goaltender, Tommy Forrest, allowed his defender to collect it, and now it's Michael McMahon in his own zone.
You see Lazzarotto hanging high there, but the Inferno are wise to it. They're keeping 2 men on him. So
that's Steve Bellick. He's not going to let that happen to him. He's way too wise.
So here's Kevin Dow in his own zone. He regroups that back over to Bellick. Interestingly enough as well, we're seeing Dow playing defense tonight. Normally he's up forward, but Coach Georgia Carson decided to tinker a little bit with the lineup now that she's got all the bodies here today.
Pomp just buying a bit of time there while the Inferno get a nicely well-judged change for them.
Sincata there, still with it now, just having trouble getting it past one of these forecheck of the Inferno, and now it'll be Subert sending it up on the half wall, but not able to get that out.
Snipers can't afford this. They need to get the puck moving. They need to get puck up.
Liam Webster chips that into the neutral zone out of the reach of Nikitin, and that'll allow the Inferno to collect that and just take that into the safety of their own zone. A little stretch pass there, and he knows Klomp's going to get there first, so no icing. Klomp in the corner. He evades a check there by Sincata, sends it out in front. McKenzie down low. McDowell scores! McDowell with his 4th of the game takes it from behind the goal line up to the backhand bar and in. What a game by the man on fire, Brendan McDowell.
Speaking of men on fire, Tommy Forrest has just blown a bit of a gasket. He's pretty unhappy about that. As well he might be. And it's not Tommy's fault that he's getting peppered with these shots from too many good opportunities at snipers. But we know they had to try that. They've got to throw up people forward and look for stretches, which is going to leave them open.
Yeah, Lockie St. Cora went for the hit on Austin McKenzie there, and that took him out of position there, and that's why the Inferno could walk in from the post side there and get the goal.
Well, Brendan McDowell can do no wrong. He's up to 5 points tonight, 4 goals and assists, matching the most goals and points so far here between these two teams that Liam Webster had in the 6-5 shootout win earlier this season. It's looking now that the Inferno able to make something out of nothing quite too often here if you're a Sniper fan, and now up to a 4-goal lead. It looks almost insurmountable if you're a Sniper fan here.
These big leads have been lost in the past, but you certainly wouldn't be betting on it, not with the way the Inferno have been playing. They've been making good connections, and their defence have been pretty much rock solid for the second period and so far through the third.
Hayden Dawes going to send that through. He didn't get over the red line, but that was waved off there by linesman Jamie Law. McMahon now battling hard with Klomp. He's able just to evade it, but it now squirts out in front of a very dangerous opportunity. And Cy Lake and Kevin Peng just had a little miscommunication there, which allowed the puck to get to the back there for Bellick. Dawes has it in the corner. He sends it across. Shot, scores! Lee Turner with his 2nd of the game, his 5th point of the evening. And now with 7 on the board, 7-2, surely that is all the Inferno are going to need to beat the Snipers.
Again, too much messing around with the puck in the defensive zone. It's just not getting out cleanly. If in doubt, just send it out, put it on the glass and get it out of the zone. The puck's down in their zone too much for the Snipers, and the Inferno are taking advantage of it and getting clean goals.
Carl, you mentioned, no lead is safe in hockey, but if you look on the face of every single one of these Snipers, they look like a team defeated already here with 14 minutes remaining in the third.
Well, I'll tell you what, Gossi, I'd never give up on Liam Webster. I don't think he's the kind of guy who would ever stop fighting all the way to the finish. But the odds are stacked against them. They need to start doing things like drawing all of the Inferno in deep and trying to get them caught up for a pinch so they can try and get behind them. These are going to be the only real chances they have.
Yeah, the problem we've seen is they've really been outnumbered in their own zone. Lots of odd man rushes and odd man opportunities where Inferno players are left wide open with no defender and leaving kind of their young goaltender, Tommy Forrest, out to dry. With a 5-goal deficit, they're going to have to keep throwing caution to the wind, and you're going to see a lot more of those odd man opportunities in defensive zone.
Those chances are going to happen over and over again, but it's really the only thing they can try. They've got to throw numbers forward and hope. Pretty much. It's no point playing percentage now. It's get goals quickly.
Yeah, you lose by 1, you lose by 5, you still lose.
Exactly.
That's right, absolutely.
So here we are, the puck over in the neutral zone as Dean Klomp saying over to the young Jesse Thompson. Nice poke check by Webster, and there'll be a battle now here between Clark and Dow. Michael McDowell here for the Snipers takes it behind his own net, head up looking for an option. He'll take it out himself as he found some time and space. Into the neutral zone now, he's going to shoot that in on net, and a deflection there into the netting by Woodlands will create a face-off in the Inferno zone.
There's something to be mindful of too, and if I was either Jamie Burke or Justin Warren watching this game, watching how well the Inferno have managed to get it together today. Steve Bellick was true to his word. They've combined well and they've got a good structure happening now, and it's made a big difference. They don't have Hector here today either. Well, if he's back next week, there's an extra arrow in the quiver for the Inferno to use as a goal scorer.
Face-off one there by the Inferno, and a big stretch pass that unfortunately Klump couldn't quite get a handle on, and Tommy Forrest freezes the puck.
Well, Carl, you mentioned it on the top of the stream today that the Inferno have been able to beat the Dogs. They've been able to beat the Bruins. The only team they hadn't been able to beat was the Snipers, but up 7-2 here, it looks like they might have thrown that monkey off their back.
So you're probably right at this point, Gossi.
So here we are. Austin McKenzie takes a shot.
Klump maintains possession, gets a shot across, and off the post there by McDowell.
No goal.
Oh.
No goal.
The referee's pointed in and called it.
Is that a goal?
That looked like it went right off the crossbar.
That's what I thought as well.
See that on the CCM all-out replay, but I'm not quite sure about that one.
I think the ref had better eyes on it than we did.
Yeah, I think so.
Could have gone off the back.
Yep.
Yeah, right off the back. Right off the back.
Absolutely.
Perfect
Good.
shot. And again, that's a few goals that Inferno have had from that back post snipe shot.
So that's number 5 for Brendan McDowell.
that
Can you
would-
get the double hat trick?
That wouldn't be a goalie saying it wasn't a goal, would it?
Hey, it just came out so quickly. It seemed
No
like it
idea.
went off the top bar, but
No idea that it went in. So they've called a timeout here. I'm a bit surprised. The Snipers trying to put a lid on it, but really, maybe it's just to try and give Tommy Forrest a bit of a mental break. He's had a pretty hard game. He'd be pretty heartbroken by this.
Yeah, look, I think it's just
he's been lit up in this period.
for the Snipers. I think you just need to refocus and say, okay, let's call it 0-0 and let's just try and play our game and try and make it, recover a bit of face here. None of the guys in blue jersey will be enjoying this night to this point, so they want to put a bit of pressure on the Inferno and show what sort of play that they can make.
well, Lee Turner and Brendan McDowell have been all over the score sheet. McDowell's up to 6 points now, 5 goals tonight and assists, and Lee Turner's got 2 goals and 3 assists for 5 points. It's definitely been led by those 2 main men there for the Inferno.
I'm going to give a bit of a shout out to Casey Minson. He's had a fantastic game running the defence. Him and Sim Bellick have combined tremendously well just to shut down a lot of those Snipers' opportunities early on.
So I think all eyes on the Inferno will be to get their captain from last season, Brendan McDowell, the puck, as he looks to get a double hat trick, which I don't think we've seen so far here in the Pro Summer Hockey League.
No, I don't think we have.
Nice interception there by the Snipers, McDowell, and he sends that deep for Liam Webster to collect. So the score 8-2, Liam Webster across to McDowell, looking to add another goal to the namesake there tonight. Webster throws that on, that goes wide, comes back to Michael McDowell. He sends that deep into the corner, collected there by Nash. Nash has it, chips it looking in front, but no one was there, and Dean Klomp now will collect for the Inferno as they'll get it out into the neutral zone.
Well, Inferno definitely aren't playing conservative hockey. They're not looking to sit in this win. They're looking to keep racking up the goals.
Minson with a great little opportunity there to do a little cheeky backhand tip in, but not quite able to complete it. Nice play there by the Inferno on that attack.
Kevin Dow, nice pass over to Lee Turner, who
So
sent the puck on net.
They're still generating those odd man rushes.
Back to McDowell, the 5-goal man here. He takes it down below the goal line in front for Turner. Turner with a shot, and that just shoots wide. That's going to be kept in, though, by Bellick.
And Turner is still sitting there in the slot unmarked. And the Snipers just letting him sit there. They can't keep doing that.
Here's Kevin Dow. He winds up, takes a shot, but intercepted by Liam Webster. And he was looking for Nash, but instead will take it in himself. But he gets stripped of the puck by Hayden Dawes, who comes the other way. 8 goals and none for Dawsey. He looks to get in on the scoring action, but a nice glove save there by Tommy Forrest.
Dawes coming in with speed is something as a defenseman, you look up and you see that coming and you think, what am I going to do about this except occupy my space? And you can see the amount of mass and speed that Dawsey had when he turned just to break out of that. He sprayed up a great big spray of snow up on the edge of the rink. It's just a measure of how much speed and momentum he's got.
Dawes wins the face-off, tries to get a shot away from the Inferno there, but can't quite make it up there. Snipers push it up the boards. Clarkey tips it up to Lazzarotto. Nice pass to the middle for Koenig. Koenig scores a nice goal.
Check out the hands on Alex Koenig. Coming in on the half break, takes it to the left side, pulls it back, and deposits that into the back of the net. And you can see what that means to his teammates. Bobby Clark doing the old towel, rally towel swing, as that was one hell of a goal, as we'll see here on the CCM all-out replay. Sold some candy there to Seb Woodlands and just pulled it back and made no mistake as he scores his second of the night.
We know Koenig's certainly capable of doing that. He just needed to do it a little bit earlier in the day, but Snipers getting one back. Lazzarotto awfully close to offside there. I don't know how that wasn't called, but
hopefully this gives a bit of a second win to the Snipers and that encourages them. Again, Snipers with possession in the defensive zone. Maintaining possession, still got possession, pushing it back up to the point. No clean shots so far, just a bobbly puck to the Seb Woodland who ices the puck.
With just over 8 minutes to play, we've got a 5-goal lead to the Snipers. It's 8 goals to 3 with about just over 7 minutes to play. So the Snipers with a hell of a task in front of them. I can't see them doing it, but they're going to they've just salvaged a little bit of pride, and that's really what it's going to be. It's a proud team, and it's got a bunch of great champions in it, and they will play all the way to the finish.
Snipers win the face-off and get a clean shot net. So Woodland handle it easy. Inferno look for the big pass up, but McMahon takes it back, cycles the puck across to try to reach Liam Webster, but turnover to Klomp. Inferno had possession briefly, but McMahon maintains possession again. Kevin Penn goes for the quick pass, but doesn't quite connect. Klomp pushing in, pushes into the middle.
Klomp,
Great shot
pass.
there. Looking to give it to McDowell there.
Klomp with a beautiful pass under pressure into the slot.
Yeah.
Great
Kevin
play.
Penn, good stick. Josh Van Douwen chases up. Kevin Penn in front of the net. Oh, there's a penalty. Don't think McMahon realizes he takes the shot.
Man.
Sniper still have possession. Tommy Forrest just coming off there to get an extra man on, so Lazzarotto comes on and the whistle's blown.
Couple of absolutely brilliant scoring opportunities there, but both just shot over the net. As you can see here, just a little interference by Minson, and the puck came back to McMahon, who took a shot. The deflection there and the rebound, which just got cut off there, just shot wide there by the Sniper. And they'll go to the power play here, trying to salvage a little bit with just over 5 minutes remaining. But on the other side, I mean, I know we've talked about him a lot tonight. 5 goals, 1 assist. Brendan McDowell, he's got to have had at least 12, 13 shots tonight. He's just all over the puck.
He's looked dangerous all night. Again, he's one of the key players for the Inferno, and I think, you know, based on this scoreline, if the Inferno do get to the next stages, which is very likely, I think McDowell is going to be key for them to get
Scores! That was a laser by Paul Lazzarotto. Their top shelf is they get another one back, and now with 5 minutes remaining, it's only a 4-goal lead. Can we go a goal a minute?
They're making it interesting. This is good. Look, the timeout obviously worked for the Snipers. Taking that timeout has helped them kind of regroup, and they're definitely playing with a lot more confidence and creating a lot of opportunities.
There we go. So Paul Lazzarotto gets on the score sheet there. He's up to a goal and assist this evening, and that was a laser, if anything, as that just went bar down short side. Puck's now in the Inferno defensive zone. Jesse Thompson just corrals it and sends it behind the net for Kevin Dow. He'll send that up just off the skate there of Cy Lake. He was trying to find Lindsey Nash in the slot, but that's collected there by Dawes and sent down right on net.
Dawesy there just trying to do a line of mark.
Little hand-eye coordination done by Turner, and it comes out here. Hayden Dawes with it. Nice job,
save by Tommy
Forrest. Yes, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Dawesy was just a little bit casual there. You can see he's obviously convinced he's got the win. And
Lazzarotto coming up in the middle. Gets a shot away. Nice save by Seb Woodland. Koenig tries to cycle it down. Oh, and we have another call. This must have been behind the play.
Yeah, I didn't catch that one, but it's an interference call here, and it looks like it's going to be Hayden Dawes.
Looks like McMahon and Dawes are having a bit of a conversation there.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously something a little bit behind the play, and McMahon wasn't happy about it at all, and they'll go to the power play again here, looking to get the lead a little bit closer.
They're going to need to score quickly in this one if they're to give themselves more of a chance, but it is down to a 4-goal lead with just over 3 minutes to play. It's possible.
They are 50% on the power play here. Their last goal by Lazzarotto being on the power play, and that was pretty quick into that. So here's Koenig. He chips that in, and here comes Liam Webster. He's got the puck over in the offensive zone, curls back, sends it over to Sincata. Nice little move into the slot, to the point, but kept in by Subert. He sends it over to Webster, who takes the shot off the post again. Liam Webster hits iron for the second time tonight. He can't buy a goal this evening.
Yeah, Liam was hiding behind the play there. He actually looked like he lost an edge or something, fell over, so he slow came out of the zone, and it was nice play to get the puck back into the zone, and unfortunately, with that last shot, once again, he hits the ironwork.
2 minutes and 30 seconds, 4 goals the deficit.
Sincata has the puck here on the left point. He takes a shot off the side netting, and Jack McCoy now battles on the half wall there with Koenig, and it comes out, but only to Sincata. Here's Clark over to Webster, takes a shot and shoots that one wide. Sincata first to it here on the point. He's going to chip that down, looking for Clark. It's going to come behind the net, and Liam Webster will just chip that back over to Subert. Subert, deep foray, sends it in front off the glove, but not able to connect it. Allows the puck to squirt out. Subert down over for Webster, just out of his reach. and that forces a battle behind the net, and out with it is Dean Klomp, who's going to send that down the length of the ice.
Less than 2 minutes now to play in the game. The Inferno 8, the Snipers 4 goals with just 30 seconds left on the Snipers power play.
So here comes Lockie Sincata. It is definitely now just for pride, but everyone wants to add to the point total, and Sincata takes a shot off the chest there, comes back, and just a little fan on it by nick it in there, and Drake now will collect and rim it up to the point. Kept in there by McMahon, sends that down on the half wall for Van Douwen. Klomp reverses it for the Inferno, and shot out of the zone by Bellick. First to it, nick it in here for the Snipers. He carries that in himself with speed. Poke check there by Klomp, who got hit there by Sincata. And out the other way. Oh, that was Chris Drake looking to step up into Sincata, and he just evaded that hit carefully as Drake was looking to lay the body.
I have to admit, if I was the Snipers and I had that power play, I would have been tempted to take Tommy Forrest out. Again, you lose by 1 goal, you lose by 3 goals, you still lose. And I think having that, 6-on-4, just give them more opportunity.
And the stoppage here in favour of the Inferno, because we've got more than a 2-goal deficit. There's no stop time here. The clock will continue to tick down. So we may get one more face-off. Dorsey lining up against Lazzarato.
Well, it's all academic here, guys, and to Stevie Bellick's credit, his team turned it on this evening, putting 8 past Tommy Forrest, and they will win this game 8-4 and battle either the either the Bruins or the Dogs next week in the semifinal. Either team they've beat as well, right? Oh, Lee Turner looking to collect the hat trick on the buzzer, but that is it. So a little bit less even than we thought. We thought we'd be treated to a little bit of a quicker game. It all kind of boiled down, in my opinion, to the second period and the first half of the third. There was about call it a 25-minute period where the Inferno just sort of went full steam ahead. They were able to put 5 past Tommy Forrest after Koenig made it 3-2, and the Snipers ended up getting 2 back through Alex Koenig with his second of the game, and a laser from Paul Lazzarato to make it 8-4. But they will match up against one of the 2 teams that they've beaten tonight, and they've done the table now. They've beaten every single team so far in this league season.
That's right. Steve Bellick was absolutely true to his word. They came here in numbers, and they came with a good defensive setup. They didn't let the Snipers get behind them, and they occupied the space in front of the net well. The Snipers gave away too many odd man rushes and let the Inferno have too much room and time and space in that close scoring area in front of the net, which they were just a little bit slack with. And as a result, we saw the result that we did, which is way too many goals for the Inferno to make a really good contest at it. To the Snipers' credit, they fought all the way to the finish, certainly with some emotion there right towards the finish, as they were very much committed. And we know that it's a team full of absolute champion players, and it's a shame that we're going to miss out on seeing Oman and Liam Webster. Liam couldn't buy a goal tonight, unfortunately for him. He certainly got a few chances, but sometimes there's those layers of paint that define a game. And it is a game of millimetres, and it's also a game where there is a component of luck, and if the puck bounces the wrong way for you, and it bounced the wrong way this evening for Liam, that's how it went. But we love seeing him play, and we're going to see him soon for the next season. We hope to see him back here for the next Pro League next summer. It's been a lot of fun seeing him here. We're going to cut to a long break now before we come back to game 2. But before we do, I just want to remind all of you who are watching us on the stream that coming up on the 2nd of June, I think it's June, let me just double check that date. Yes, June the 2nd is the first ever Women's Pro League, which we here at IceHQ are enormously pleased that we can present for you. It will be the first Pro League that we've had for female hockey players in this country. And I believe, Scott, your daughter may well be lining up.
Yeah, she's very excited by this opportunity. She's definitely put her name down for the draft, and equally she's interested with the Melbourne Ducks women's team that are submitting for the AWIHL as well. So there's a lot of...
We're going to see that. There'll be a Melbourne Ducks team playing a women's Melbourne Ducks team playing some exhibition games this season. So we do encourage you to come down here and watch it all. If we can draw a big crowd and give the girls the same support we gave the boys, then we've got a really good chance of getting that team into the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League for next year, which will be a fantastic thing for us to have here at IceHQ. We know we can make this barn rock. We proved it last season. If we can get that happening for the girls, by golly, it'll be a fantastic experience. So get yourself along for that when it happens. We'll keep you informed. It'll be on all our social media. We'll be back with you at 9:05 for round 9, game 2, the battle between the Dogs and the Bruins.